Your Daily 180, 180 seconds of pure Bible study.
Have you been reading John 1 through 18? We're going to continue to dig through the text. We're going to go ahead and start back at verse 1, dig through the text a little bit at a time. And we will not deal with every verse throughout the book of John the way we're dealing with the prologue, but it is so essential to our understanding. So, verse number 1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. We talked last time about the fact that the so-called Jehovah's Witnesses, they pervert that and they have a God, but we know that that's not really the case. And so we'll talk some more about that in a little bit perhaps. But I want you to notice this idea, in the beginning was the Word. Now remember, I said everything in the prologue is talked about somewhere else throughout the Gospel of John. Well, here's an example. John chapter 8, verse number 58. Jesus said, "Most assuredly I say to you, before Abraham was, I am." Now there's a couple of interesting things about that phrase, I am. That's what God would say to Moses from the burning bush. Who are you? I am. He is ever present. He's always been, He is, and He will forever be. Jesus has taken upon Himself not just the idea of eternality, but the idea that He is God. It's very similar to the phrase that we find in Genesis 1, verse 1, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. And this idea was, and the Word was with God. Guy and Woods points out that that phrase carries with it the idea of a face-to-face relationship. And the Word was God. Now, this is very interesting. John chapter 5, verse number 18, when Jesus is talking to the religious elites, He said, therefore the Jews sought all the more to kill Him because He was not only broke the Sabbath, but also said that God was His Father, making Himself equal with God. Now it's interesting. I just had a conversation with someone who is studying with a Muslim who said, Jesus never claimed to be deity. Oh, He most certainly did. And the religious elites got it. And also, matter of fact, in John chapter 17 and verse number 5, "And now, O Father, glorify me together with Yourself with the glory which I had with You before the world was." Jesus is God. We'll talk more about that on our next episode.